Well, hello everybody. Today is January 31st, and this is my rental car. It's not mine, of course not. Salty. I'm not washing it. I'm going to. It goes back, I think Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I got it for 2 more days. Still haven't gotten a car, and well, still haven't gotten my check either. So it's like, how am I going to get a car without a check, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could if I had the financing, but I don't. I need, even with finance, you need to put a down payment, and not sure what I'm going to do about that. The car I want is definitely out of my price range for right now anyway. I'm not going to feel bad about it, do, but I don't, you know what I mean? I do, of course, I'd be a lie to say I don't, but, what can I do, right? I always complain about driving, so now I won't have to complain about. Tomorrow I have to take my husband to the doctor, and then I will, tomorrow's Wednesday, then I have it till Thursday. I return it Thursday evening, I guess, or I'll return around 3 o'clock. I got it at 3, I'll give it back at 3. I found so many things I'd like to do this weekend. There's an Elvis contest in Wilmette, Illinois. I don't know if any of you all know where that's at. You probably don't. Anyway, I won't be going to that. I probably wouldn't have anyways. You never find anything until you don't have the way to do the things that you would like to do. So yeah, excuse, this is just, but it would have been fun. Oh God, it's cold. It is 14 degrees. Yep. I want to congratulate this community, I mean, you really came together as a group, and MT really led everybody to get rid of, at least, put a certain somebody under a little bit of lockdown where she isn't going to be maybe hopefully attacking people verbally anymore, or hopefully she's learned her lesson, but I don't think her lesson is quite finished yet. And again, I give you guys a lot of praise because it was a long time coming, and she's been messing with people for a very long time. And, in particular, about 4 or 5 people, that I know, from the channels and stuff like that. That's what it takes. It's like, it takes coming together. Even if the communities are maybe a little bit strained here and there, but you still work together, you do the right thing and mature thing, That's great. And I was so proud of y'all. And it's kind of nice to see this person kind of, not being so arrogant and on right now. It's like when she came back, I think she didn't know what to do. Now it seems like now she knows what to do. Shut her mouth and just not be there for a minute, maybe think about things. And this other one, I don't know if the cage would be too good for her, but anyway. So life does have a way of working out. Yesterday it seemed like I go through the highs and lows. I'm really trying to start doing like I was doing previous to November, to what happened in November. I'm really going back to my roots of how I started my diet and getting my mindset. It's just, I just need things to settle down for a minute, I've been eating better. The weight is kind of like, it's coming off at its rate, not my rate. And but I'm not going to sit up here and weigh myself like I was. I think that it was driving me more depressed than anything. When I first started my diet in July, if you notice in the very beginning, I didn't weigh myself. Not until like about a week later did I really start weighing myself daily. I mean, I will say, I still struggle with, like, when I get upset, I run to my food. I run to my treats. I run to my crap. I've been wanting to go what I do call a clean sweep in my house and just like throw shit away. And I'll be honest with you guys, of course, I'm afraid to do that because I don't have a way to get the things unless I order, And the funny thing about it is, keeping it real, my brother's there. When my brother's not there, I have freedom to do whatever I want. And, if I throw stuff away, if I wanted to, I can go get it again. Or if I start a diet and I want to buy a shitload of things that I can eat on my diet, I can do it, And it's kind of hard. My brother is kind of not eating lately. It's kind of like you have to push. Billy, why? Last night I had made a beef roast, with vegetables and carrots and potatoes and he's thin, and I had everything. I said, are you gonna eat? And he's sitting there, and my brother, he just has his head inside, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna eat at 8:00. I said, Billy, you're lying. You're not gonna eat. And I had to catch myself because okay, I don't know that he ate all day. I know today he really wasn't going to eat. And, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to starve yourself? Or is this like, and I don't know because I'm like, it's not like he doesn't eat. He eats cookies all day. Or, well, today he really hasn't eaten anything. I had to push him to eat a grilled cheese, okay? And he drinks all day. I don't know if he's not feeling good. I ask him, fine. But I'm like, dude, and I told him, I says, I don't know what this is. And I told him, I says, then he goes back into the thing, well, oh God, his car coming over in my lane, son of a bitch. He said, well, you don't realize I was a truck driver. That was, how many months ago, 2 months ago. This should be over with. But I think when he starts to feel vulnerable, or maybe, I don't know, I feel so bad because, it's like, look, food to me is love. Okay, I show love by fixing you food. I cook you a meal, and I want you to eat it. Because if I didn't want you to eat it, I would never cook a beef roast for myself. Not like that. That's not my favorite kind. If I do, God, this fool does not know how to drive. It's scaring the shit out of me. I would make a Mississippi pot roast because I like it like that. But he does not. Okay, my brother eats just basic, plain, like nursing home sort of food, nothing spicy, nothing, So then today I said, well, what do you want to eat? And he's like, well, he said, how about sloppy joes? Man, every time he opens his mouth, he says sloppy joes. I don't want no sloppy joes. And I said, okay. And I said, we can have sloppy joes. If you're going to eat, I'll fix you sloppy joes. And then I said, I just asked him, I said, look, Billy, am I going to make sloppy joes and you take 3 bites out of it and I'm going to end up throwing it away, just like the roast. I'm going to end up throwing that away. I know I am. Or I could freeze it, but nobody's going to eat it. Let's keep it real. I don't like to have a refrigerator full of frozen meals that I'm not going to remember and it's going to just be sitting there. No, thank you. I particularly didn't care for it. I don't care for roast. Not only that Mississippi kind, and you got to be in the mood for it. I just try to fix it something, And then he says, well, why don't you make a small meatloaf? And I said, are you going to just take a slice off of it? And then I thought about it. I said, well, here it is, 11 o'clock. And if I take out the meat to thaw, I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring you back something. So, I'm going to get him a pizza. The stuff that he likes. I do not like pepperoni and all that stuff. No, I'm going to get him a small pizza. And I have some chicken wings. I have some chicken wings at home. He don't like chicken wings. Yeah. And, that's what we're going to do. I said, and I'll fix you the meatloaf tomorrow. I will fix that meatloaf tomorrow for you. That way, it's the meat thawed. And I said, but, if you're not going to eat it, we don't have money to waste. I'm going to, top of the, whatever you need, whatever you want. But if you're not going to eat it, it's more torture for me to buy food for you and you not eat them. Like, how many packages? I hate Chips Ahoy, the soft, chewy, chocolate chip cookies. I think that has cured me of buying chocolate chip cookies. I hate those things. I don't even like that. They smell mechanically like fake, He has like 4 packages of them. Every time I go out, give me some chocolate chip cookies. So I go get them. But, it's just, I don't know. I'm really getting worried about him. And, I know there's nothing I can do. I cannot make somebody eat. I cannot force him to eat. I can cook what he wants. I have tomorrow to take my husband. Damn. I have to, not damn, but I gotta take him. So, I was gonna make him some ham. Well, he's got all the cereals in the world that he wants. He's got anything my brother wants. He has. I see he threw away his donuts. So I'm like, okay, I'm not buying you no more donuts. And I try to make him realize, look, dude, you get sick. I can't do nothing. I don't even have a car after a few days. You got to pull it together. If emotionally you're going through something, you're trying to, because I know eating is a control issue. And a lot of people use food as a control issue, especially when eating and not eating. And, I can do this. It's the only thing nobody can take away from me is the control of my food. I get that. But you're only hurting yourself. I told him, I said, you're only hurting yourself. You're hurting me too. But you're going to be the one. You're going to be the one that's going to suffer, not I. I will suffer emotionally, but you physically will suffer. And if that's what you're going for, you're doing it a dumb way. You're eating all sugar, But, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's like, man, it's like I feel like I'm psychologically being tortured watching all this. It's like, eat some food. You can't, how do you make somebody eat if they don't want to eat? And then my husband, take care of yourself. Oh, I know. I want him to go to a different doctor. I would love for him to go to a better doctor. And he wants to stick where he's at. I said, okay, fine, But, in the meantime, dealing with, I had no transportation, But mine is the least of everybody's problems. Mine is nothing. And I really feel like that. It's like, okay, mine is easily fixed, easily remedied, easily fixed. I can go out and buy a car. I just don't want to buy any car. I don't, because, 3 years from now, if I buy a car that's 10 years old, it's a 13-year-old car then. You know what I mean? Okay, my other car was, almost 10. So, you can think about it. Okay, it's, it was going to start having more problems, I'm sure. So, why put money, I put a little more money and get something that might last you maybe 5 more years or, 7 more years or whatever. Maybe by the time I'm 67, I won't even know who the hell I am. And I don't need to be driving, But, yeah. Right now I'm going to go get my nails done. I definitely either be taken off or I need to get, a fill. And I've been putting it off for 2 weeks, a week and a half. It's supposed to have done last week. And I didn't do it, so I'm going to do it today while I can. And I don't have to pay to get there. And then I'm going to stop. I have to pick up a few more things. You know, my brother wanted some juice, of course, and I'm going to pick up that, and I'm going to go by the dollar store because I've been wanting to look. I need some notebooks. When I'm frustrated, I write. I write a lot because some things in my head I should not say, and some things, you know, it's like journaling. You know, you write down something, and you're like, okay, you got it out, you said what you think, and maybe you don't get a reaction, but do you really want a reaction? No, not for what I think sometimes, you know. I just need to get it out, you know. You know, when you're mad, nobody really cares when you're angry, you know. Nobody really cares. It's just, you know, it's your emotion. Nobody else cares about your emotion. You know, that's yours. It's private. You know, they say it doesn't matter what people say about you. That's their opinion. It's not yours. And, you know, people get all butt hurt. You know, I used to, don't get me wrong, I used to get really butt hurt, you know, and really bothered if somebody didn't, or talked about me, or said something nasty, or whatever. And now I don't give a care. You know what? Because you don't know me. I don't know you. And you're probably not going to go out of your way to meet me either. And, you know, and if you did, if you went out of your way to meet me, it means you thought something of me. You know, and nobody really crosses that line too much anymore. Not in my life, anyway. I do enjoy playing. I have been enjoying playing my virtual reality thing. I play a couple games on there. There's this puzzle thing, VR puzzle. Oh my God, it's so much fun. And Oculus. I can't even think of the name. Oculus. It's, you know, if I was 10 years younger, that would be so much more fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I you know, when that, I always have to get it to charge, and you know, it kind of hurts my eyes because you got to think this thing is right up in your face, and your eyes are like, oh my God. You know, like yesterday, I had this terrible headache. But I played it quite a bit yesterday, and so I didn't play it. I took a break, and my eyes, just closed my eyes, like, man, because I don't know how good that is for your eyes. You know, it is fun. It's a break. You know, it gives you a break. You know, in what's going on in your life, and you know, I could close my eyes and say, okay, let's go somewhere else. Let's go to this far away place. And, you know, let's go on a vacation to Hawaii, and you can walk around and you can do different things that, you know, really I can't right now. One day I might be able to, but not right now. But I enjoy it, and I could be right there in the midst of everything that's going on. You know, my brother teasing the dog going, oh my God. It's like, you know, that's a new thing too. My brother likes to tease my dog. Okay. And not a good thing to do. You know, then the dog, you know, Hercules is a little extra. And that's just being kind about it. Hercules is extra. Hercules will snap at me, but will go after my brother, and my brother loves him, and he loves my brother, but my brother plays with him, and I tell him 100 times, please don't do that, please don't do this, please don't do that, please don't do that. And then I get so mad, like, you know, I said, don't take him out to the alley at nighttime. That's my brother, you know, I'm just going to walk out there, it's all right, I don't care. And I'm like, you know, and then he grabs the bone, and I have to try to get the bone away because he'll tear my brother's hand up, you know. And I'm like, man, if you would just listen to me, you know, and I tell him I'll take the dog out. You know, Hercules will be fine. he will be fine. I can take him out to the yard, go to the bathroom. We don't have to walk in the alley at night. I've never walked at night in the alley. And why should you? But, you know, before I can even get my shoes on, he's like out there with him. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And I know why. You know, in my mind, I think I know why. It's like, you know, I'm going to do this one thing I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, and it's like, you know, you're going to fall, or, you know, the dog's going to hit you. You know, something's going to happen. The dog's going to get a bone, and how are you going to get away? You know, but, you know, it's just, come on, lady, speed up just a little bit and I get behind you. Shit. You know, it was very difficult. You know, very, 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 very difficult. I tell him, please stop teasing the dog. Please stop teasing the dog. But he doesn't. You know, it's like, you know, I tell him, don't, you know, I took all Hercules' bones, chew bones away from him because he gets aggressive, you know, and he doesn't do it with me. But my brother pulls this pull thing, you know, tug of war, and you don't do it to a dog. But, you know, so I said, okay, we're not going to give him this no more. He can't have it. And, you know, okay, don't do that when he don't play tug of war with him. Because, you know, I don't want him to bite you. And I can't get after him if you're doing what I tell you not to do. And, you know, I know this is just a rant fest, you know, but it is what it is. Sometimes I just need to talk, and, you know, my family don't get it, you know, and I mean, I think they get it. They, you know, they're probably glad they're not dealing with that. And, you know, this is not the easiest part of my life ever. There must be a lesson involved here that I'm going to learn. And, you know, I believe in life, you're put in situations and there are lessons to be learned. And I believe there's a lesson here. Oh, God. I believe there's a lesson I'm supposed to learn from all this. Maybe patience, maybe, you know, kindness, maybe shut your GD mouth and just shut up. You know, there's something I'm supposed to learn that I haven't learned in my actual life. And I think, you know, that's what I'm supposed to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to figure out what my lessons are, and try to learn something, you know, because obviously this is going to be something that's going to be ongoing, you know, this isn't going to end anytime soon. And somewhere in my life I've screwed up. So I need to learn the lessons that are being put upon me. And, you know, be glad that I am able to learn these lessons with the people that I love the most. You know, I do love my brother. I just wish that this whatever he's going through was a little easier on me, was easier on him. I wish I knew what he's going through, because he don't verbalize it to me. I ask him, what's going on? How do you feel? Well, my back hurts a little bit. Okay. But they tell me it's going to be like that. I said, well, why don't you go to the doctor? Oh, I don't want to go to the doctor. I'm like, you know, and then, you know, I beg and plead. I can't drag him to the doctor. So, you know, it is what it is. But I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen. If you got this far, thank you. If you stopped in the very beginning, I don't blame you. I would have too. But have a great day, and take care. Bye. See.